We are here in Hungary for the inaugural championship in size Formula 1 Racing League. We are just waiting to see if indeed we will be playing the game. I think we will be, but we're just waiting on the scientist. Can I... Oh, I can move around here. So, DBizzleHype, that's me. Well, as my name alias is going to be called, something like Murray Runner. Or Murray something. Murray Jogger, something like that. And it's Sai who's going to be co-commentating. So let's have a look at the grid then. We have got the Tier 2 race coming up in Hungary. It's Jake, Bullet King in the Red Bull. Oh, hang on, no, we got it this. Right, in the Mercedes, we have got Duncan. We've got Chicken Wing from South Africa. We've got Nick Angola. We've got Sam I Am. And indeed, he is from Scotland. In the Red Bulls, we've got Bullet King and Alexander Albon. The McLaren drivers, Hill Train and DFA C29. In the Renault, we have got Corleone and Jim Ranium pulling up the second driver position. And Desert Rat in the AlphaTauri with his teammate Daradan. It's Jake and Ultimate Stan lining up in the Force Indias and the Alfa Romeos. We've got Ian, another Scotsman on the grid, and SJ the One. Will he be the one today? We will find out. We've got Psychopath and DB Coop in the Haas, and then lining up in the Williams, we have got Razudin and Vans Racing from Ireland. We wait. If I ready up, maybe then Sai will join me. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, then. Are you on? Can you hear me? Is this live? Are we live, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah, it's just a bit of the vote.
You can hear me?
You can hear that in the background.
That's fine. Okay, I might need to adjust my mic level. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. I might be a little bit quiet. Sai, welcome!
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, mate.
Fantastic. Well then, here we go. Hungary.
Yep. So maybe I should provide a little bit of introduction. So Balix, unfortunately, our regular Murray Walker / Crofty isn't here with us tonight, so I'm joined in the commentary box by none other than DBizzle, who races in Tier 3 full time. Welcome, DBizzle.
Thank you very much, Simon.
Are you excited for tonight?
Say again?
Simon, scientist will do. But yeah, welcome to the Tier 2 league. This is round 5 of the championship, I think. Yes, round 5.
You'll have to keep me up to speed, scientist. I've dabbled in the. I think I was a reserve driver. I think in one of the races, but I didn't perform too well in Tier 2. I think 3's more my standard.
Yeah. Okay, so we're here in Hungary, and it is raining. Interesting. Hungary, the scene of many a famous Grand Prix. The one that casts back to mind is Button's first win, which was in similar sort of conditions.
Blimey,
and who could forget Dave?
He was a terrific driver in the wet. I remember. Yes, I remember his. Remember Canada? Was it 2008 Canada?
Yeah, brilliant.
Terrific race.
And who could forget? Who can forget Damon Hill being passed on the last lap by Jacques Villeneuve in the Williams in '97? I'm showing the age there.
You're showing your age there, Si. Here we go then.
Yeah.
Hungary.
So this is the formation lap. So we're on the formation lap, which is a feature of this league. So for those new to the league, this is a reverse grid league. So the results from the previous race, which was in Australia, has determined the grid order for this race. So Corleone, who was the last classified finisher in that race, starts on pole position. Need to run it through it. What I can do though is give an update on the championship standings heading into tonight. So Nick in the Ferrari is leading the championship on 80 points, followed by Angry Orange, who unfortunately hasn't made it due to a PlayStation update he didn't have time to schedule in, so he's second in the championship on 54 points and he won the last two races. And then in third we've got Jimranium in the Renault on 42 points, then Pultex in the second Red Bull on 33 points. And then a gaggle of cars from 5th down to 9th, separated by just 7 points. Those are Corleone, Coop, W3, who's not here tonight unfortunately, Jake and Acuna. And in the Constructors' Championship, Red Bull lead the championship at 87 points, and the Ferraris behind on 82, so a close battle there in the Constructors early on.
I tell you what, Si, I'm looking forward to this one. Who's your money on?
Well, Nick's the championship leader and he's shown really strong pace so far, but given the nature of this reverse grid format, I mean, the win could be taken by anybody really. That's what makes this so exciting, and particularly in conditions like this. It's going to be interesting to see who can make the most out of the intermediate tyres. We're not sure what if the weather's going to change as well, so it's going to be all down to strategy and keeping your nose clean, particularly on a track like Hungary.
Interesting to see, so I think everybody is starting on the Inters, from what I can see.
Yeah.
Here we go then,
Yeah,
we
so
line up for the 5th race of this championship season. Corleone on pole, DB Coupe in second, Vans in the Williams in third. Who will make it to the first corner first? Here we go, 5 red lights. They're holding them. They've gone out for me, Si.
Yeah, this has happened the last few races. This is a Cody's bug. Don't worry, it'll get going eventually.
Oh,
here we go.
Oh, I've seen a jump, and they're away. We're away. It's go, go, go. Corleone in the Renault, followed by DB Coupe in the Haas. We are coming down into the first corner. Keep it clean, lads. In the red. Oh, they touch. DB Coupe up on the inside, and we've got to run wide. We've run wide. It's Jimranium coming up now in 4th position. Corleone dropping back now in the Renault. 2 Renaults. They better not come together here.
And Corleone's lost a couple of places off the start already, and we've got a yellow flag in Sector 1, and it's Sammy who's lost his front wing. Sammy making his first appearance in the league tonight after missing the first few rounds, and that's not a good start for him, unfortunately.
There we are,
and we've got a safety car.
See if we can get a replay or something. I'm not sure how he lost the front wing there, so did you see it?
Yeah, I didn't see it, unfortunately. I was too busy watching the front and trying to sort out the telemetry on the screen. But we've got full yellow. It's a safety car.
It's a plate spinning exercise, this commentary business, I tell you.
And we've had a few people get caught out with the safety car, so we've got a few 5-second penalties for people colliding into each other behind the safety car. The drive-through for Psychopath, probably for speeding under the safety car. That's usually what you get a drive-through for. So tricky conditions already made more difficult for these guys picking up penalties, who would still have to serve in the pit stops. So under safety car this early on the race, you do not want to be pitting unless it's for damage. So Sammy is actually fortunate because we're under safety car conditions. He can get a fresh set of inters on and a new front wing and catch up with the back of the field. So all is not lost for the Ferrari. And we've got a few guys in the pits. We've got Reyes in the Williams. Sorry, no, we don't actually. We've got Defak in the McLaren. And we've got Samai.
There we are, he's being held, yes. I think he's taking his penalty, like you said, Si. Getting on a fresh set of the Inters, bolting them on, as well as a new front wing. And he'll rejoin right at the back of the grid. Just Samayam and then Defak making the back of the grid. But they'll catch up once the safety car collects the front of the grid. And they'll be away when we get this race restarted. The drivers now will be ferociously trying to keep their tyres warm. Terribly difficult in conditions like this. And there we are, the pit stop strategies. We expect the leaders to be pitting around lap 9, lap 10, something along those lines, if indeed they come in at all. It of course depends on the weather side. It looks quite changeable to me. I don't know if you've got any insight down there in the pit lane.
I'm holding my hand up and it's still pissing down with rain at the moment, so we'll just have to wait and see. And we've got another penalty, this time for D'Acunha behind Ultimate Stan. They both received 5-second penalties. So, yeah, the guys are going to have to be very careful with the wet conditions. Make sure their braking distance is at least double what it is in the dry. And maybe try and keep offline to avoid these unnecessary penalties. But I guess under these conditions it's really difficult. So, DB Coop got a great start. I saw his move on Corleone into turn 1, a beautiful move. So he leads the race and behind the safety car. Nick is in P2, half as well, the gaps don't matter at this point. Corleone and Jim Rainium, the two Renaults, line of stern, 3rd and 4th. Vans in the Williams. SJ up in 6th in Alpha, making a good start from P9 or P8, I think it was. Jake 7th in the racing points.
Sorry to interrupt you, Simon Vans has just gone into the wall. In the Williams,
my word.
He's demolished his front wing entirely. I can't believe it. I would say we're going to have a safety car, but of course there's already one out.
Well, Psychopath has had a collision with the wall, and I think there was... Yeah, you said it was Vans, and I think Jake was involved in that incident as well, and we've got more penalties being dished out with more in yellow flags from Bulltex.
I just wonder, Si, is this going to... Is Vans going to be able to make it back to the pits before the safety car comes in? Is he going to still be able to make his pit stop under the safety car? I wonder.
Has he got damage? Oh yeah, his front wind's shredded, isn't it?
Yes, he went straight into the wall under the safety car.
I think the safety car's going to come in because the field is bunching up now. And Psychopath's going to have to pit as well. And I don't know if I didn't see what happened. I don't know if he hit somebody. It said that he had a collision with Jake, but then I saw him drive literally into the wall. Dearie me. So an already difficult race is made even more trickier with these conditions, and all the penalties are appearing.
Indeed, and I tell you, I don't feel
any remorse
for Vans Racing. Although having said that, it's terribly difficult under these conditions, keeping the tyres warmed. The drivers, although they are in the safety car and they're driving relatively slowly, they're concentrating on so many things, so many buttons on the dash they have to press nowadays. And it's Ray Zudin in this sister Williams who is going to have to pick up the pieces in today's race if Williams are going to score any points at all.
Yeah, and so the safety car's in, so Coop is now controlling the pace, and he's gone. Nick close behind in the Ferrari. Another penalty, this time for defart. And look at Nick in the slipstream of Coop getting into turn 1. And Nick thinks better of it. No, he doesn't fancy it at all. So we've got some position changes down the field. Vans, so that's Vans in the pits, Hilltrain in the pits, Samai back in the pits again, and Psychopath. So there we go, a gaggle of cars in the pit lane. Vans going on to the medium tyres. He is making a huge gamble there as they head down to the turn 3 and 4.
That is certainly a gamble. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, don't adjust your television sets, but it looks mighty wet to me out here in the rain in Hungary.
So Coop, I'd be grateful if you could follow the midfield pack while I keep an eye on the lead drivers here. Nick chasing down DB Coop as they go through the tight, twisty section of Sector 2 in the Hungaroring. And we've got second wing. He's obviously had an issue. So I do believe the conditions are too wet at this stage to go on the dry tyres. So Vans is going to struggle, I believe. And we've got another yellow. We've got yellow flags in Sector 2 and Sector 1. As Coop comes around the final corner, heading down the start-finish train, has opened up a little bit of a gap to Nick. DRS disabled in this race, of course, due to the wet conditions, as Coop sets the fastest lap of the race. This is going to be a race-long battle between these two by the look of it. The two Reynolds of Corleone and Jim Ranium close behind, and we've got a move from Reyes in the Williams on SJ. Looks like he got him into turn 1. So Reyes, who's stepping in for Star Wars Boy tonight in the Williams, making a good impression at the early stages of this race.
That's right, and it would be terrific if we could score some valuable World Championship points for the Williams team. Jim Ranium then, as the second of the two Renaults, following third and fourth, following Nick Angola in the Ferrari, still on the rear wing of DB Coupe. Just 0.3 seconds behind as they come into the mid part of the lap now. And I wonder, Si, this is going to be a race-long battle, I think. It's very, very difficult to pass here at Hungary.
Sorry, Biz, I'll have to interrupt you. There's a spicy battle down in the midfield between SJ, Jake and Ian. And Ian's got past Desert Rat, and he's actually been touched by the AlphaTauri. And Stan gets past Rat, takes advantage of that slight coming together between Ian and Rat. I think it was nothing malicious about it at all. And right, SJ runs really wide.
Yes, I don't know if he's got damage. He seems to be... There's a whole gaggle of cars behind the Alfa Romeo.
And Stan! An ultimate Stan! What a move by Stan! Down the inside of Ian and SJ. Takes two cars in the one corner. I can't believe it. What a balls move that was, as Balance might say if he was here. Balls move. And now Jake and Stan line astern. It's Noah's Ark here. We've got the two Renaults lying astern and the two racing points. And Coop has now pulled out a little bit of an advantage.
Oh, and he goes down the inside side. It's ultimate Stan on its Jake, the two racing points. They didn't touch. It was a clean move. I wonder if that's any team orders going on there as they try to make their way and close the gap up to the Williams. And we've got a ghost. Who's that? Is that a lap car? That's Vans, I think.
It'll be a lapped car.
Going slow.
Yeah, it's a lapped car. So Vans has actually gone back onto... Well, he's not gone back onto any inters. He's gone onto the softs. So he's gone from the mediums to the softs. And, well, I think it was a big gamble. It's not paid off. And he's paying for it right now. So he's actually been lapped at this early stage of the race. And now the closest battle looks between Reyes and the two Renaults. So Reyes and the Williams has really shown some strong pace in the wet here. He's only half a second behind Jim Ranium. And Jim Ranium's only 8 tenths behind his teammate Corleone. And DB Coupe is doing a great job maintaining this gap of around 8 tenths of a second to Nick in the Ferrari.
That's right, Si. It's difficult to overtake here at the Hungaroring as Reyes then looks up the inside but thinks twice about it. He's close though now as they approach turn 3. Jim Ranium in the sister Renault leading races. He's going to dive up the inside. No, he goes for the outside. Oh, and they're so close. He's trying to go around the outside there. Jim Ranium hugs the inside and they come out. No, I can't believe they didn't touch their side.
Ooh.
Oh, in a moment,
Wow.
he nearly loses. Well, excuse my French, but he nearly loses it.
Wow. Some good driving there from those guys, particularly in these tricky conditions. And Acuna is now in the pit lane as he had damage. He's down in 15th. And Samai, oh dear, Samai. I think he's had a coming together with Chicken Wing there, and Samai is off on the grass. That looked like a coming together there between the Mercedes, and Samai has retired from the race. So he's ghosting. That's really unfortunate for Samai. He was looking forward to making his first appearance tonight.
Just trying to look at Chicken Wing's car here, so I can't see any damage. We'll have to look on the post-race to see if there was a coming together indeed.
Yeah, and DFAC meanwhile has got past SJ. And now let's go back to the midfield, the battle between the two Renaults and the Williams, which is really heating up. And what a good exit Reyes has got, and the Williams is going to get at least one of the Renaults here, I think. And it's Jim Ranium down the inside. Excellent move. And he might even get the second Renault going down
Could he
into
get Renaults
turn 3.
Here?
Turn 2 rather.
It goes around the outside. That is one of the places that you can pass around here, but it's a long way around the outside on the wet circuit. But he makes it stick. My word, Si. Oh, and then
What a great move.
Corleone has a bit of a moment there, nearly sticks it in the wall, and Geranium now overtakes him in the Renault. Terrific stuff, Si.
Yeah, good clean racing there. Fantastic move from Reyes. What a performance so far. Going back to the incident between Chicken Wing and Sami, it very much looked like there was a coming together there, and Sami ended up in the wall.
But he spun! Sorry to interrupt you, Chicken Wing spun! I wonder if that's because of the damage, but he's done a total 360, a pirouette there in the Mercedes, and my word, Toto Wolff won't be happy. They're having a dismal display here today. Chicken Wing drops to 13th, and his teammate Dunker now coming into the pit. So has he got damage, or has he gone to the dry tyres there, Si?
Tacunya, yeah, he pitted earlier, but he's pitted again for the medium. So, but actually, might be a smart move because the track looks like it has dried out. I only just realised that now. And in fact, yes, look, DB Coop, Geranium, and Nick have all pitted, and Nick has gone on to the mediums. Coop onto the mediums. Coop kept the net race lead ahead of Nick. Geranium has stayed out on the inters. That might be a costly mistake. Jake has also stayed out on the inters. So Coop, P3, Nick, P4. Reyes goes on the soft tyres. Interesting. Corleone, so there's a few guys going on the soft tyres. Will they get to the end of the race? We've got 9 laps to go. Interesting.
I'll tell you what, Si, I do love races like this. The changeable conditions make for some terrific racing, some of which we've seen already. If you had to pick your driver of the day from that first stint, who would you pick there, Si?
I have to pick Coop. He pulled off a great move down into turn 1 and held it together and kept Nick behind him for the whole race so far. And Nick is championship leader, and we all know how quick he is. Quick Nick, as I like to call him. But yeah, Coop, definitely. An ultimate Stan as well from the back of the grid up into P7 so far. Made a very strong impression. And the Reyes, the 2 stand-ins for tonight, have both done really well so far.
Quick Nick indeed. In 4th position, holding up the flag for Ferrari, following DB.
And Geranium's in.
Geranium comes in.
SJ has left the session, so I wonder if that's connection issues.
And he'll be going on to the dry tyres now, but is it going to be too late? DB Coop, the race leader as it turns.
And here we go.
He'll be coming out in front of Geranium, I think, Si.
And I just realised we just had a virtual safety car, and Corleone got a penalty for speeding under the VSC, which was really unfortunate. So Coop retakes the lead of the Grand Prix on his medium tyres and is a full second ahead of Nick, and that's crucial with the DRS being activated now in the dry conditions. Coop will be wanting to maintain that second gap, and in fact he's lost a couple of attempts there to Nick. He'll be wanting to hold on to build up that gap and avoid the DRS, because the DRS on the start from the straight here in Hungary is particularly strong as SJ rejoins the session, so that's good to see. And the guys that stayed out in the inters, that's Jake and Geranium. Geranium's not done too badly out of that, he's back in P4. Jake's meanwhile fallen back down to 10th place. And we've got another penalty, this time for Bulltex. That's obviously a corner cut penalty.
Somebody's coming in, and Stan has just taken Geranium's side into the chicane there.
Yeah, sorry, I just missed that. And Hilltrain's out of the race. We've got a DNF for Hilltrain. It's a yellow flag, and it looks like he's had an off at turn 1 as one of the Mercedes goes through there.
I'll tell you what, Si, Ray Zuddin in the Williams is having a terrific race. He's been fighting through the field throughout the 10 laps so far, and he's now on the back of fast Nick. Nick is quick, as we know, and he's right up his gearbox here. He's diving down the inside. Who's going to be the last of the leg breakers? It's Ray Zuddin. He goes down the inside. Can he do what he did to the Renaults? Is he going to be on the back of DB Coop now, going into the 3rd corner, or the 2nd corner rather?
Wow, what a drive this is! But this is on. But keep in mind, Reyes is on the soft tyres. Will they grain up? Will they last? As Reyes, look at this! He's going to take the lead.
Oh my word!
Oh, they collide! Right, and look at Nick. Nick going down the inside.
This is terrific racing today in Hungary. These drivers really going at it. No holes barred. And Si, I can't believe it. Ray Zuddin, he's in 1st.
What a move. And Jake is DNF'd. still on his intermediate tyres. So that's unfortunate for him. Doradin moves up to P11. Wow. What a crazy race this is with the changeable conditions in Hungary. So Reyes, standing in for Star Wars Boy, leads the race. Nick has now got past Coop in the midst of all that. So in the space of one lap, Coop has gone from P1 to P3, which is disappointing for him. At this stage of the race, you've got to wonder, will Reyes be able to, as he sets the fastest lap, will he be able to see these tyres through to the end, as Nick is in the prime position in P2 on the mediums. Ultimate Stan is rapid round here. The number of fastest laps he's set throughout this race, and he will be closing in on his pack. He's 5 seconds behind, 2 laps on the softs, so he's opted for the same strategy as Reyes. You've got to factor him in for a podium position as well. Another guy standing in tonight is Desert Rat in the AlphaTauri, who's also putting on a good show. So the Hulkenbergs of Tier 2 tonight are putting on a good show, and we've got a yellow flag in Sector 1, Turn 5. Was it for the lapped car of Vans? Possibly, because the gaps are still being maintained between Reyes, Nick and Coop. And look at Ultimate Stan. He's taken a second out of Coop in this lap alone. He's on a mission in the racing point. This looks like an epic lap.
I wonder if Coop was looking so fast towards the start of the Grand Prix, so I wonder if he'd gone through a slightly wet setup, a bit of high downforce, and now he's paying the price on the dry tyres.
Yeah, that's a very, very good point you make there, Bizzle. Absolutely. Obviously, you can check the weather at the start of the race and see whether it's going to clear up, and there we go, another fastest lap from Stan. It looks like Reyes and Stan on those soft tyres are trading fastest laps. So the extra point could be crucial in the championship, although these guys are Tier 3 full-time drivers, so they aren't included in the overall Tier 2 championship standings, because those are reserved for the full-time drivers. But for bragging rights as a stand-in, you want to be top of those stand-ins, the bragging rights are there. But if these guys are showing really quick pace in Tier 2, then they're going to be blistering in Tier 3, aren't they?
That's what we would think, so I'm going to have to worry about these drivers, I tell you. And it's we swapped to Ian now in the Alpha. He's coming up on the back of DFAC 29 in the McLaren.
Yeah, so this is the closest battle on track at the moment. Ian got a penalty there for slightly cutting turn 4, that really tricky little left-hander where it's so easy to spin a wheel off. And Ian's chasing DFAC down. Ian's on the soft tyres, DFAC on the mediums, so Ian might want to play it safe and wait for the DRS as DFAC runs slightly wide.
He's not got long though, so only 4 laps left. He's going to be really biting at the bit to try to get past the McLaren.
Oh, and look at this! Oh, no, sorry, my bad. It was a lapped car, chicken and getting lapped. I thought there was a battle for the lead there. I got caught out there by the ghosted car of Chicken Wing. But now, 4 laps to go.
4 laps
Has Reyes pulled off the winning strategy.
Ian with the DRS wide open. The drivers will be really managing their ERS at this point of the race. How much battery charge do they have left? Of course, in the new hybrid Irasai, there's so much for the drivers to think about. Not only have they got to manage their fuel settings, they've got to manage their ERS settings too over the course of this 18-lap race. And I just wonder if Ian now, his tyres are starting to go off. He's 7 tenths behind. And
we've got another battle now for P for the final podium position. So Coop has dropped back from Nick in P3, and Stan is within DRS range of Coop. This is going to be interesting. He's right in his gearbox now, coming down the final corner. Bulltex is retired from the session. He was in the pit lane getting a new front wing, but here we go. Stan with the DRS. And Nick is now within DRS range of Reyes, so are those tyres beginning to go on Reyes' car as Stan looks for a move on Coop, but thinks better of it. And yeah, it looks like I think it's a car off. Yeah, I think that might have been the Red Bull of Bulltex retiring from the race. So let's switch back. So Stan So we've got two battles here. We've got the battle for the lead up ahead, but I'm on board with Stan as they head into turn 4. They've got a lap car in front of them. That's no problem. Chicken Wing is ghosted. Careful through turn 5. Easy to spin a wheel on there and lose it as they come through the tight chicane. Another place where a lot of corner cutting penalties out in Waterhouse.
And there we go.
Well,
I wonder if DB Coop, the lap car there, I think that's, is that Chicken Wing?
It's Chicken Wing.
It's Chicken Wing.
It's the America. Yeah.
He'll be getting blue flags. I wonder if he's... Oh, and he drives right through him there. And
the lap cars are ghosted. Yeah.
Oh, yes, of course.
You'll
have to excuse me, I'm all for sim racing. I think it's fantastic, but the technological aspect of it, I've really got some getting grips to do with.
Okay, so now Nick is not going to make the move on Reyes, but Stan might get it. DB Coop going into turn 1. Coop moves to the inside to block, and he makes Stan work hard for the move, and he gets him around the outside. What a fantastic move from Stan. He had the traction, he had the grip of the soft tyres, and there was nothing Coop could do about that with the DRS. And Stan gets onto the podium as they head into lap 16. And Nick is close right up on Reyes. Those soft tyres are beginning to go on Reyes.
That's right.
And Nick is now...
Sorry to interrupt you. Sorry, I think it's a pattern that's emerging. The guys on the medium tyres are now really starting to come into their own, and it could be that Nick goes for the victory
and
here.
Something's
Only 2
happened.
laps to go.
And Ian has been disqualified from the session for driving the wrong way. We'll have to interrogate that later. We might send Natalie Pinkham down to speak to Ian later on and find out what happened there. So, battle for the lead now. This is it, now or never for Nick. DRS open. Reyes goes to the inside. Nick goes to the outside. Oh, and Reyes leaves him enough room, and Nick, brilliant. What a fantastic overtake. And there's nothing Reyes can do with the DRS. Nick, with a fantastic move, takes the lead of the Grand Prix with 1 lap to go after this one.
That's right, so I think he's really shown his maturity there. He's been patient the whole race, has Nick, being behind a driver. He's been in second place, but this is the first time he's taken the lead of the race, and really showing his class there in the Ferrari.
Yeah, absolutely strong performance. Stan is on course to get driver of the day, I think, with considering where he started, which was down in P18 up to 3rd. Coop will be disappointed given his strong pace in the early phases of the race, but P4 is still good points for the Haas team. Gymranium way down 10 seconds behind this battle, so Coop is half a second behind Stan, so are Stan's tyres now beginning to go?
Yes, I do wonder. I think this is going to be the tasty battle as the leaders go on to the last lap. It's DB Coop behind Ultimate Stan. Is this going to be the last move we see for the podium position? DB Coop really will be going for it, although he's got a penalty, so I don't know if you can see if that's... Has he got a 2-second penalty?
He's got 3 seconds, so even with the penalty he'll still be fine because Gymranium's got 3 seconds as well. So 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th have got 3 seconds. Corleone's got 6. Add Durad into that list. P10 and P11 he's got 3 seconds, and Acuna and Chicken Wing have both got 6-second penalties. So yeah, usually it's the culprit is that chicane for corner cutting. The chicane that Stan and Coop are going through right now is particularly notorious for corner cutting. As we head to the leader now, Nick. Yeah, the tyres have paid off for Nick. He made the right call to go into the medium tyres. An aggressive strategy by Reyes. It got him the lead towards the end. But Nick, as he comes around the final corner in his Ferrari of the Tier 2 season, a brilliant drive. And a fantastic drive also from Reyes in second place, standing in for Star Wars Boy. Brilliant debut from him in Tier 2. And Stan as well, P3 in the Racing Point, standing in for Basketball Boy. Coop in the Haas, P4. Germanium now P5. Another strong drive from Germanium in the Renault. Desert Rat is fending off DFAC in the McLaren. Another strong debut in Tier 2 for Desert Rat, who's standing in for Shippers in the AlphaTauri. DFAC making his return to Tier 2 tonight in the McLaren 7th. Corleone P8. SJ. Relatively quiet race from SJ. We saw him in a couple of battles early on. But he's coming round the final couple of corners. And he will take 2 championship points in P9. And then we have Dacunia in P10. Picking up the final championship point, unless Duradin is able to collect that based on penalties, but I think Duradin's quite far behind. So there we go. That was Hungary.
Well, Si, that was an exciting one.
The changeable conditions, and there we go. So Ultimate Stand with Driver of the Day gets an extra championship point. So a podium and an extra championship point, and I think he might have got the fastest lap as well, so that's a pretty good day's work for Ultimate Stan. As we head to the podium, Ferrari and Williams on the podium. It's the 1990s all over again. And then the Racing Point of Ultimate Stan. Racing Point, who once upon a time were the Jordan F1 team. So you could say we have a Williams, a Ferrari, and a Jordan on the podium. As the champagne is sprayed. Fantastic Grand Prix.
And Ultimate Stan there picking up a extra World Championship point for fastest lap with a 1:16.9. Look at that, starting from 18th on the grid. Really a terrific race. Si, your driver of the day?
You've got to give it really to Stan, I think, from the back of the grid. But it was all about the strategy call. Nick could have easily gotten onto the soft tyres, but he was clever. He saw the number of laps I had left, went on to the medium tyres. I think that was the best strategy call, so it paid off for him in the end.
Indeed. And are we going into another race now, Si, or are we leaving?
Yeah, we're going into Austria, so this stream is going to end, and I will set up a new. You can carry on your stream, Bizzle, but I'm going to stop mine, and we'll see you in Austria across the border.
Beautiful.
So I'm going to leave the party chat now, okay? Bizzle, can you invite me back to the party chat afterwards, mate?
It's because I can't. It's because I can't do that at the same time. I have to watch. Yeah.
Dan, you're just being too critical of yourself. Like, from the outside point of view, the first time, especially.
Sick. Yeah. How do I get it off there?